I'm going to have to be honest. Well, usually I'm honest, but this episode really didn't have much of a different kind of perspective as the other episodes did with this series. Especially with the last final six episode of the last season of season two, doesn't have much of a perspective. You didn't have what you usually have past the season where you see the other side's point of view. We saw some bits and pieces here and there, but that said, other than that, it was mostly a rundown. Music was nice, but it wasn't as good as the final episode of the last season. We had Emmy Evans' voice with the piano, the violins, the strings playing, and everything like that, and then it showed this very bleak future that's yet to come, where even though the Earth got destroyed, and there's just a debate going on right now whether the heavenly gods were defeated or they just retreated. Two things: defeated or retreated. That's the things going on right now. Me, I'm hoping I'm a realistic kind of guy, so I'm thinking it's more of they retreated and they're just not gonna mess with them ever again. Like, okay, let's make a compromise or something. Let's leave the humans alone. There's no point. The Earthly God is destroyed. So since the Earthly God is destroyed, the girls, in a way, no one can become a hero after this. There's no more heroes. They are the last heroes. So the question is the gods could easily come around and destroy them anytime they want to. It'll probably take some time for them to regroup if they are still out there. But if not, then Earth is left alone. But however, they're literally the last people on Earth. Their country's the last people on Earth. Everything outside of that area is destroyed. So it's gonna take years. It's gonna be harsher than when the world first started here. Not first started, but when humans first came into the planet. It's gonna be harder than that because you literally only have one section of humans, one section and one kind of race. So for them to spread out for the rest of the world to be inhabitable anymore, it's going to take so many years. And I'm not just saying a couple hundred. I mean thousands of years it's going to take, man, for the rest of that earth to be repopulated, for the grass to grow, for the trees to bloom out, to even for fruit, other animals, all that stuff. The humans are really going to have to struggle. But in the meantime, they're going to let the kids be kids because they sacrifice enough as it already is. No reason from doing anything else. The adults' turn. One thing I would like to talk about is Togo and Nogi's former sensei, the one that trained him from season 2. How she was having second thoughts about the Shikon ceremony, saying, yeah, we were free from the torment of the heavenly gods and become one with the Shinji-sama, but we lose our humanity. We're no longer human, you know. So, but as I said before, Yuki Yuna is not just Takichi Okabe's presence and Emmy Evans' presence that makes me feel of Yoko Taro's work, but it's the plot itself. The main characters do care about the world, but they mainly care about each other themselves, The world comes second, I guess. Even from season 1 when Togo was losing and she was planning to let the world be destroyed because of what she remembered, she didn't care about the world. She didn't. Instead, they had to figure out themselves, man. Let's blow this joint up. And a number of times they could have found some way to stall or, everything was being postponed. I don't think the Taisha really knew what they could do to really stop the gods. They were saying, maybe we just keep resisting long enough, maybe they'll give up, which they haven't for the past, hundreds of years. Which kind of reminds me of the Gestalt project, where they were just winging things, hoping something would work. And it did, but yet it didn't. Then you have the main characters who are really acting on the act of selfishness, they were doing things really for their own desires, not only for saving the world, but to save their friends. Number of times where the world couldn't save, but they did, but they stopped it because they want one of their own to be destroyed. No sacrifice. Same thing with the Near universe, where the Shadow Lord, had their plan, but the main characters ruined it, caused the downfall of humanity. And because what happened here, not only, yes, we don't become one with the Shinji-sama, but Shinji-sama is now dead. They have no god to give them power or protect them. So if the heavenly gods come back to invasion, it's all over. Nothing else. Literally nothing else. So they're screwed. Who knows how long that will take. So my ideal is that Yuki Yuna beat them so badly to the point where the gods retreated, and it's going to take some time for them to, recuperate. Take them a long time. Just like it happened when she was first around, when the war first started, where she was fighting them, where she caused the first stall of the gods. She's doing it again, as per usual. That's what she does. So that's the case. Now, all I gotta talk about left is what happens next? What's the last episode going to be about? Is Mibuki's group going to meet up with Yuna's group and they're going to talk and stuff? And, or it's going to be a thing where the past Nogi observes the situation and starts narrating. Who knows? But so far, I think this is the only episode so far. This is the only episode of the entire season that I'm like, meh with, because I saw what already happened. And it wasn't as epic as the last season was. Like, I could literally rewatch the finale to season 2 and still think that was amazing compared to this one. This one just didn't have the epicness as the last one did. Because it was just a run, and not just because it was a rundown. There are times where you can see something from a different perspective. Like, you can watch, say the Madoka Magica movies. I can still enjoy the show and still enjoy the movies at the same time, and still have that nice, amazing feeling and respect both of them. But in this one, not so much. Not really. This one was meh. So this is the only meh episode out of the entire series. Well, the entire season, I want to say. Other than that, it was okay. I'm still pondering on what's going to happen next. We'll have to wait and see. So anyways, like I first did, looking forward to the final episode. Man, I can't believe it. Fall is going away, man. And we have to wait for the other go to winter anime. Well, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, of course, hit that bell icon. This has been the Matt Crown on Anime. Signing out.